What if a single photograph, just a faded, creased image from decades ago, could bring an entire family back together? For 30 years, a young woman from France had lived with a hole in her heart, a quiet question she could never answer. Who am I? Where did I come from? And then, in just 2 hours, her entire life changed. This is the extraordinary true story of Kim Hoa, a French-Vietnamese woman who found her biological parents after 3 decades apart, all because of one photo. And a miracle that began on social media. The girl who was left behind. Before she became Kim Hoa, she was Nguyen Thi Kim Hoa, the youngest of 7 children in a poor farming family in Binh Duong, Vietnam. Life was harsh. Food was scarce, and her parents, despite their love, struggled to keep everyone fed. When Hoa turned 1, her mother fell seriously ill, and the family's situation became unbearable. Out of desperation, someone advised her parents to give away their 2 youngest daughters, hoping they might find a better life elsewhere. Her mother resisted at first. The thought of letting her babies go felt like tearing her own heart apart, but after her husband's persuasion, believing it was an act of love, not abandonment, she reluctantly agreed. Soon after, little Hoa and her older sister Hu Yen were taken to an orphanage in Binh Thanh District, Ho Chi Minh City. 3 months later, a French couple arrived, gentle, kind-hearted people from Machecoul, a small town in western France. They fell in love with the tiny Vietnamese girl with deep brown eyes and adopted her. That girl became Kim Hoa. Her adoptive mother raised her with immense love. "I always knew I was adopted," Hoa once said, "but I never felt unloved. My mom gave me everything, care, affection, and the freedom to understand where I came from." Her adoptive parents often spoke of Vietnam as a beautiful but struggling country, reminding her that her birth parents must have loved her deeply to make such a painful choice. "Their pain," she said, "gave happiness to my adoptive mother and me. I never blamed them." When she turned 12, her adoptive parents encouraged her to begin searching for her biological family. But Hoa wasn't ready. Every time she visited Vietnam, which she did several times growing up, she went to the orphanage where she had once lived. She stood before its faded walls, wondering if her mother ever imagined she might come back one day. But fear held her back. She didn't want to open an old wound only to find emptiness. The photograph that held a secret. In early 2024, after facing setbacks in her career and quietly battling depression, Hoa decided to take her husband, child, and mother, her adoptive mother, on a trip back to Vietnam. But she carried a secret mission. This time, she would try to find her real parents. Before the trip, she spent 2 weeks poring over her adoption papers. For the first time, she learned the full names of her biological parents. And among her belongings, she carried one small, faded photo, the same one she had kept since she was 10 years old. The picture showed a Vietnamese couple standing beside 7 children. A nun had given it to her adoptive mother long ago, saying it might be a photo of Hoa's real family. For more than 20 years, the picture sat on her bedside table, the only physical link she had to a life she couldn't remember. "Every time I looked at it," she said, "I felt something deep inside, like my soul recognized them." When Hoa arrived in Vietnam, she reached out to some kind-hearted locals she had met online. She showed them the old photo and shared her story. They were moved and decided to help. Within hours, they posted her photo and story on Vietnamese social media pages and online newspapers. And then, something extraordinary happened. Just 2 hours later, while Hoa was at the airport preparing to fly back to France, her phone rang. A friend's voice trembled on the line. "Hoa! We found them! We found your parents!" Her heart raced. Her hands shook. She couldn't speak. The world seemed to stop moving. She wanted to believe it, but part of her was terrified. Could it really be true? She couldn't stay in Vietnam longer, so she boarded the plane with a storm of emotions inside her: disbelief, hope, and fear. When she landed back in France, she received a video call from Vietnam. On the screen appeared a frail but gentle man, her father, Nguyen Van Bang, and beside him, a woman with soft, tearful eyes, her mother, Tan Tin Ga. Around them were 6 siblings and a dozen grandchildren. And in that moment, 30 years of distance collapsed. Hoa wept uncontrollably. "I felt like the little girl inside me finally came home," she said. But the miracle didn't end there. With the help of the Vietnamese community, she discovered that her sister, Kim Hoa, who had also been adopted by another family, was still alive and living in France, just 4 hours away by car. On May 7, 2024, the two sisters met again, after 3 decades apart. They held each other for a long time, crying, laughing, unable to let go. The reunion that healed 2 mothers. In late July 2024, Hoa returned to Vietnam again, this time not only with her husband and child, but also with her adoptive mother, the woman who had raised her, loved her, and supported her from the very beginning. The journey to Bien Duong was long and emotional. As their car entered Phuoc Vinh town, Hoa's heart beat faster with every passing minute. And then, she saw them. Her biological parents were standing by the roadside, waiting. Her mother was trembling, clutching a bouquet of white lilies. When Hoa stepped out of the car, both women, the one who had given her life and the one who had raised her, met for the first time. They looked at each other, tears falling freely. No words were needed. They simply understood. They had both loved the same child in different worlds, across time and oceans. Hoa embraced her birth parents tightly, her body shaking as years of separation poured out in tears. "It was pure happiness," she said later, "mixed with confusion, with unfamiliarity, but above all, love. I could feel their love, even though we hadn't seen each other for 30 years. The family spent hours talking, laughing, crying. Her adoptive mother, moved to tears, thanked Hoa's birth parents for the gift they had unknowingly given her, the chance to raise such a kind, compassionate daughter. And Hoa's biological mother, holding her hand, said, "You have been her mother all these years. Thank you for loving her when I couldn't." It was a reunion that healed not just one heart, but 2. Miracles do happen. Today, Kim Hoa lives between 2 worlds, France and Vietnam, but she no longer feels torn between them. Instead, she carries both within her heart. Her story has touched thousands across the world, a living testament to love, loss, and the power of hope. To parents who adopt, she says, "Please always tell your children the truth. Let them know where they come from. Roots are not meant to be hidden." And to those searching for their families, don't give up. Use every resource, every connection, every ounce of hope, because miracles do happen, sometimes faster than you can imagine. For Hoa, that miracle took just 2 hours, but its impact will last for generations. A photograph that once sat quietly on her bedside table became the bridge that reconnected 2 mothers, 2 worlds, and 1 soul.